Hey, what's up everyone? How are you guys doing? I am on the road, as you can see, not my normal abode, but I am out and about. I'm gonna actually put on my headset. Maybe this is a little echoey. Let's check. It was kind of hard to find a nice quiet place to do this because I'm in a hotel, but it's cool. That's how it is when you're on the road. All right, putting in the headset. I think the headset might help with the sounding just a tad bit better. All right. So what's up, fam? How are you guys doing? This is Donna St. Louis, and we're going to talk a little bit about closing more deals. So there's several barriers to closing a deal, right? There's a lot of things that happen along the way. And many times, by the time you get a call from an event planner or someone who's actually interested in you, they've really made a decision that you are at the top of their list. They're not wasting their time just calling people. And so this week has really been a lot in regards to ensuring that we're reaching out, that we're connecting with planners, that we're connecting with decision makers, and that we're closing more deals. And so I just told you guys a couple of days ago, how do you respond when they ask you for, what's your rate? And so we already covered that. Today I'm going to cover a little more about, so how do you ensure that now you're on the conversation with them, that you're actually communicating or speaking to them in a language that resonates with them, right? Because that's what the challenge is. A lot of times, hey, what's up, Lindy? A lot of times what happens is we are so busy speaking our language to the client that we don't recognize that the client wants something very specific. And based on the type of client, by the way, they want something different, just a little bit different. All right, so I'm going to tell you what those types of clients are and specifically who they want. Now, here's the deal. I'm in a hotel, as you can tell, because this ain't home. So I'm in a hotel. It's a little echoey. Hopefully the internet connection here is good enough. If it's not, forgive me, please, just because I'm dealing with the technology that I have no control of. All right, so we're going to go into this. I'm going to try to keep this kind of short, sweet, to the point. Take notes. If you want the one that I did before, which was, how do you respond when they ask you what is your rate? Just go to Rockmore Stages right now. Just go to rockmorestages.com. Go there. Fill in the little reservation. You're going to get an email under reserve your spot. You're going to get an email, and it's going to give you a PDF. That's right. I'm literally telling you how to hack my own system. All right. And the reason I did that last one, by the way, is because most people answer that wrong. So anyway, what's up? Do me a favor. If you can, if you don't mind, please share this. Last time I asked people to share, I am not kidding you, 2 whole people shared. There were like 4,000 views. So if you can, please take a moment to share this, only because I run into so many people who are really trying to make it in the speaking business, or they're trying to make it as a coach and consultant. They're making some mistakes that are really screwing them over. And if they just got some of these super basic things, they get that one extra deal. It might not solve their whole business, but they'll get that one extra deal. And what does it take? Just click share and just say, hey guys, if you're struggling to figure out what the client can help with, this is it. All right, that's it. You guys know I don't do a big sales thing or any kind of crap like that, so you're not going to get screwed over. Just go ahead and share this with people. All right, let's do this. So, dude, you made it on the phone. Holy crap. They called you. Oh, I'm Donna St. Louis. Sorry. Who is she? Donna St. Louis, CEO of High Profit Zone. I'm also doing rockmorestages.com boot camp November 21st, 22nd, 23rd. It's for people who are in the speaking business, but maybe you're lacking clarity. Something's not right. You're not getting to the second 7-figure spot. You're kind of struggling more than you should be. You're ready to take your business to the next level. You're like, somebody, God, please show me. Give me a full cohesive map, and don't try to sell me some extra shit. I'm also an international conference headlining keynote speaker. I've spoken on stages, audiences as big as 10, 15,000. I've been in rooms with executives as few as 10. I ran a $250 million business intelligence company that I sold, and now I teach people how to influence, the power of influence, kind of like Jedi ninja tricks. Anyway, let's do this. So, ready? Notes? Everybody got pens, pencils? Let's do this thing, baby. Oh, and by the way, if you are here and you're a High Profit Zone family member, what's up, Rai Rai? go ahead and put HPZ fam, hashtag HPZ fam. If you see someone here that's a hashtag HPZ fam and you want to ask them questions like, how in the hell did you deal with Donna? Like, why did you choose to be a part of her crazy ass mafia family? What is her deal? Is she unmedicated? All those questions, reach out to my family. They will tell you the truth about me. So let's do it. So so they sent you the email and they said, hey, how much is your dating rate? You took that PDF and you went boom, boom. That's how my dating rate, and they got back to you and you're surprised because you're like, holy shit, that worked. So they responded to you. Now you're on the phone with them. You're actually in a conversation. There are questions, there are very specific questions that there are very specific questions that you're supposed to answer during the conversation, right? That you're supposed to ask during the conversation. But here's the thing that you need to listen out for. There are 3 types of organizations that you're going to work with, and those 3 organizations want something very, very different. You're going to have associations, you're going to have corporations, and you're going to have organizations. I'm going to describe the difference between all of them. So a corporation is a for-profit company. It's Microsoft, Facebook, Apple. It's companies. It's actual companies. They are for-profit. They're making money. You guys know what a company is. If you don't know what a company is, this isn't the live stream for you. Then we have associations. Associations are not for profit. The biggest BS that you hear in the world is, well, the problem is that we're a not for profit, so we don't have a budget. That's bullshit. NRA is a not for profit association, and guess what? They ballin'. So all the difference between an association and a corporation is at the end of the year, an association has to get rid of all their money. An association does. I hope I said that. An association has to get rid of all their money. A corporation obviously can keep money on their books. Really the only difference between the two. An association, it has a bunch of members, and those members are volunteers. An association makes their money basically based on membership. So the stronger their membership is, the stronger the association is, if they're running it right. And then, of course, you have what I call organizations. These are usually member organizations. You'll have a member organization that is a for-profit company. They might be doing not-for-profit stuff within the industry, but I'm like out of alfalfa running. But at the end of the day, they are for-profit, right? High Profit Zone is a perfect example of a for-profit member organization. I am only as strong as the members, my family members, right? So it is a for-profit member organization. So anyone who wants to talk to me has to talk to me specifically about how they can benefit my members. It is really a way of being an association, but for profit, because God, who wants to do 501c freaking paperwork. Okay, with that said, when speaking to all these types of organizations, whether it's an association, a corporation, or like I said, a for-profit organization, you really, or you could say a member-based organization, you really have to know what it is that you are selling to them and what it is they are buying. Because what happens is this, and I've actually listened to these phone calls, and most times people get on these calls and they start selling their shit. They're like, oh, my freaking speech is the best speech you're ever going to hear ever on the face of the planet. And that's what they bust their ass selling. That is not the way to work. Oh, you know what? I just saw Elizabeth. Here's another example of a member-based organization that is for profit. People who are in like multi-level marketing organizations. That is an organization. It is a for-profit corporation that is specifically doing business for their members. Okay. So people get on the phone, and what they do is they have these conversations. These conversations are specific to what they want to give you. It is not specific to what the organization wants. And based on what type of organization you are speaking to, whether it's an association, corporation, or a member-based organization, or a for-profit member organization, regardless of which one it is, they all want something different. So let's start with the first one. When you are talking to an association, no matter what you are offering, it has to do with the benefits of their members. They 100%, everything they do in some way, shape, or form has to either benefit the community or it has to benefit their members. Those are like the top two things. So when you're talking to them, it is not just about, your speech and how it's awesome. They need to know their specific member benefit. If you really want to take things to the next level, I just dropped paper, I got to grab it. But if you want to take things to the next level, if you could talk about how not only your topic will help their members do better, but how those members will want to volunteer more or be more active in the association or something like that, they will love it. Hold on. Okay. So you want to, when you're talking to associations, talk about member benefits. Let me give you a specific example. When I am talking about the 7 triggers to yes, when I talk about, or let's not use that one because I can, but I want to use a better one. When I'm talking about great to epic, right? Great to epic, when I'm using that keynote, it's a very motivational keynote. When I talk about that one, I talk about, listen, at your conference, once they hear great to epic, I am going to give them keys to participate more at the conference itself so that they will sit closer to the front, so that they will raise their hand, so they will network stronger, so they'll get all of those things out of being there. That's what Great to Epic is all about. It's not just about me telling my story on the stage. It's about how the audience is going to react and what they're going to do next and the tools that I'm going to give them that they're going to be able to use immediately at your conference. See, that's all about the members. So you want to say when you're talking to associations, what are the members going to get? Now, when you're talking to association executives, slightly different. So association executives, so you are pitching for the opening keynote too? Yeah, I pitch for the opening keynote. I also pitch for the breakout. I always pitch both, right? But even if I'm only pitching for the breakout, I'm still doing the same thing. It doesn't matter what I'm pitching for. What matters is, regardless of what I'm pitching for, I like the question, Lindy. Regardless of what I'm pitching for, I'm still telling them what their members are going to get that's going to be valuable at the conference. Now, if I'm pitching for the closing, then I'm pitching for the goal is to make the members sign up for next year or for them to use something immediately within the association. So at their next chapter meeting or whatever it is that they're trying to sell, I need to know the goal of the association in order to pitch that to them. We are so hell-bent on the goal, which is to make the sell, that we don't ask the goal of the association so that we can help them reach that goal from the platform. Here's number 2, association executives. When we're talking about association executives, then specifically, they are interested in there's these 3 categories. They want to know, how do they get more members? How do they have, so they want to be able to recruit better. They want to retain their members better. Of course, they want to engage their members better. They also want to fundraise like nobody's business. So if you have fundraising tips, tricks, and strategies for association executives, if you could talk about succession and that other type of things, how do you bring people in to replace people who are going out? How do you create legacy memberships? And how do you use those members to drive more participation and value so that you could get people from the first time they come in? This is what they're looking for. I can tell you how to convert. If I'm talking to association execs and I go 7 triggers to yes, I will tell you how to convert someone who is sitting for the first time in that seat and how to keep them there and how to keep them participating over and over again. And then beyond that, how to use them to bring more people in, right? And they're like, really? You could do that? They want to know that. They want to know how they can do fundraising and put more money. So also going to them and go, hey, have you thought about maybe this pre-conference session? Have you thought about that? Without me saying, you got to pay me extra dollars. I need to find a way to balance out their dollars and my dollars so that they're going, ooh, I can get this extra value. So you have to be kind of smart in regards to that. So if I offer a pre-con session, I'm not going to say, hey, and you got to pay me 20 grand for my pre-con session. I'll say, hey, what corporations are going to be in the area, and can we offer a pre-con session on how to deliver a powerful presentation to the companies in the area, and say, let's say it's a half day, it's $200-300, we get 100 people in the room and we split that. right? We split that minus expenses. I just made money because I'm going to go and help promote this and get people's butts in the seats, right? That's what association executives want. Let's talk about event planners. Biggest mistake in the world. Most people think the event planner is the decision maker. They are not. The event planner is the conduit. What the event planner does is they take your information and they pass it along to the decision maker, almost like a bureau. That's what they do. They take your information and they pass it along. The difference between a bureau and an event planner is the bureau got some skin in the game. The bureau is sitting there going, hey, I'm going to get 25% of this. The event planner also has a little skin in the game based on how their budget is set up. If the event planner is given a baseline budget that they have to do the whole conference, then their skin in the game is that based on whether or not they're working on their own or not, is that they could actually be making, they could say, here's the flat fee for the conference, and whatever that money they save, they get to keep. So you have to also know that there is another business model out there that I've seen event planners work. But event planners are not the decision maker at all. Most people think they are when it comes down to getting speakers. They are a conduit to get you to the decision maker. They help find the speakers, but they do not decide upon the speaker. So driving that event planner batshit crazy will drive them batshit crazy. But, so you're saying, well, Donna, how do I give them what they want? First of all, most people spend entirely too much time trying to sell to what the event planner wants. The event planner needs to be able to sell your stuff to the decision maker. So your job is to either get the event planner out of that loop so they don't have to, or to teach them how to sell for you. That's number one. Number two, make sure that they have brochures of you that look badass. If you want to know what one of those brochures look like, go to Donna.com. That's my name, and click and look for Event Pros Only. That's what a professional brochure looks like. Let me tell you something. Put my professional brochure up against, I don't know, somebody's one sheet, they're picking me. So you want to make sure that your job, so what does an event planner really want? They want you to make them look like a rock star, and they want you to make it easy for them to do the job. They don't want to ask you 10 things 800 times in regards, they don't want to know you have a 50-step process. They're like, listen, what's going to happen? Send you a contract, you're going to come back to me. They don't want to deal with diva bullshit. They just want to make stuff happen. Event planners are a conduit. They have entirely too much going on. The easier you are to work with, the more likely you are for them to push you forward. And let me tell you, there is nothing like an event planner going, oh my God, I love this one. And then they go, what about this guy? I was like, oh my God, he's been such a headache. Just saying. They are your sales team. They are selling the hell out of you. Make them happy and let them know you're going to make them look like a rock star. That's what you want to do for your event planner. You know what, hun? Working with me is super easy, and I'm going to make you look like a rock star. And when I get there and I'm talking to that decision maker, I'm going to tell them how awesome you've been to work with. Are you kidding me? That's my job. I'm going to make sure that they know everything ran smooth as butter. I could give a shit if my shoes caught on fire. I am going to say, no. We had that. I was all taken care of. That event planner and I are best friends. You make them look like a rock star, they will submit you over and over again. Make their job easy. Okay, finally, an organization. This is what I mean by an organization is a member-based organization that is for profit. This is not a not-for-profit association. A member-based organization, they are really concerned about delivering more value to their members at a discount. That's what they're looking for. Now, the thing is, if you have a member-based organization like I do, High Profit Zone, listen, I work with high-profit speakers. That is all I do. I'm like six-figure speakers. That's it. That's what we do. Six figures. Everybody's like $10,000 speaker. That is our thing, right? And so when you come to me and you're like, I want to do something for your people, no. You can't just roll in and say you're going to do something for my people. You can't tell me, oh, I have this awesome thing and I want to. You got to show me it works first, because it's my reputation on the line. And so as a person who runs a member-based organization, I don't pass along shit to my members that I don't know works. Then after that, I'll pass it along. My guy, my photographer, are you kidding me? I'm like, listen, if y'all want a photographer, here's the guy. This is why I use him. And here's an example of his work. Look at the pictures that he did for me. Look at the video that he did for me. Look at my website. Look at my memes. In other words, I am only passing along people who are badass. Member-based organizations, they need to know, not think, they need to know that what you're offering is amazing. So if somebody comes to me and say, Donna, I want to offer something to your members, I need proof that you are badass, right? If I'm going to a member-based organization, I'm telling you right now, I go there and I go, here, let me show you what I did for this member-based organization. Let me give you people to connect with, and those people will let you know that this worked or not. The reason this is important is most member-based organizations are by referral. That's the only way people get in. And so they take it very seriously. So member-based organizations, sometimes they're a little harder to get in. So it's harder to get into the MLM or direct sales space, although it's very lucrative. The reason it's so hard to get in is because they are so protective of their members and making sure that their members are taken care of. That is a huge, and people are always trying to sell to them because they're always trying to get to their members. And so you always want to tailor your talk to make sure that you're reaching the goal of what those organizations want. Okay, the last one is a corporation. So corporations are my favorite because they do want something very specific. They have, and I'm going to give them to you. Here's the list of what they want. Corporations want productivity. They want efficiency. They want more money and less debt. They want an increased quality of communications. They want an increased connection with human resources, and I don't mean the department. What I mean by that is they want higher retention, they want better recruitment, and they want stronger engagement. They want stronger communications, which I think I already said. So like, for example, I talk about communications. They want stronger leadership. Let's see, where did I get to? Communications, human resources. They want reduced risk. And they want to know sales and tips, techniques. So anything that has to do with procurement, whether it's them doing the selling or it's them doing the buying, they always want procurement things. If you recognize all of those categories, you'll all of a sudden recognize, oh, this is how my topic fits within organizations. Now, here's the one other thing in regards to organizations that you have to be totally aware of. Organizations do something at the beginning, middle, and end of the year in regards to hiring. Experts coming in, speakers coming in. At the beginning of the year is kickoff. So sales season is huge. So that means that they're starting to buy in September, October, and November for January. So sales season is pretty strong. June, that usually dies off, but sometimes they do what we call an end of quarter kick, right? So the end of the year quarter kick, I know a couple of companies that I've worked with that have done these, where we're going into our last quarter, we got to really do a push. We need someone to come in and do an end of quarter kick. It's not like a beginning of year kickoff. It's something that keeps people going, right? It keeps them moving and motivated. So there's an end of quarter kick that they do. So those are the times that they really are the heaviest. Is going to be January is a heavy purchase month. And then also the September, October timeframe, heavy purchase month within corporations. Not that they don't purchase during the regular year. They have, of course, their diversity and inclusion. You have your women's stuff, which usually happens in March. They have their diversity. They have their Black History Month, which is in February. Then they have their Latin. So they have all these types of things that they do hire speakers for. Some of them do a lot of things with women. So there's a lot of diversity and inclusion type of things that they do as well. You just need to be aware that the big ones are going to be their beginning of the year kick and their third quarter kick. Those two times are the times that they hire. And when do they hire for those? They hire for their third quarter kick, usually right around May. They hire for their their beginning of year kick, usually around September, October, November, based on the company. Some do it early, but some of them do it late. Anyway, that's it. That's what you really have to be aware. If you're going to talk to companies, you have to know what it takes to close more deals with them. Hey, if you guys are like, God, this is great, Don. I wish there was one place for me to get all this information and for you to really tailor it to my business so that I can know how to do this. I am really big on ROI. That's the thing. So I'm always trying to tell people, how do we make a shorter line for you to get to the money faster? How do you get paid in a couple of weeks when their event is 6 months away? I teach people how to do that. How do I get you 96% of your money within the next 2 weeks rather than in the next 6 months? I teach people how to do that. How do you know what to say in the emails and make all of your emails way more impactful when you're sending out to your clients? I teach people how to do that. How do you get 22 referrals in your inbox from one event? Because I've done that. I teach people how to do that. How do you close 4 deals right from when you get off the stage? Like within 2 weeks after popping off that stage, you're closing business. I teach people how to do that. And guess what? I'm teaching people how to do that November 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. It's going to be in Orlando. The cost is $19.97. I have very easy payment plans. If you are interested, let me know. I'm not kidding you. I started talking about this yesterday, like actually promoting it yesterday. And I know people are like, why'd you wait so long? A long story. Anyway, I started promoting this yesterday. We already have 8 people in. There's only 25 seats. It is not going to make it all the way until the end of November. So if you're waiting, don't wait. It only costs $500 to hold your spot. That's it. So it costs $1,000 to hold your spot. So hit me up. If you're like, I don't have the 1,000, hit me up anyway, because you know what? We're brilliant people. It's just numbers and we can do math. I'll talk to you later. Have a great one.